Your dad works as a project manager, right? If I recall it correctly.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he's a project manager, and your mom is also working, or she's a full-time homemaker.
She's working. She's
She's
working.
working also. Now, okay, even with two incomes, studying medicine in Australia, it's very very expensive, right?
Yes.
Okay, so when you decided to do this, um, you mentioned earlier that you felt guilty and all this thing, but I'm sure the guilt comes, or rather, it's caused by the cost involved in doing so,
Of
right?
course,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, how did you break this to your parents or to your father?
It was during NS. I was quite transparent with them from the start because they knew I wanted to do medicine.
I see.
But I knew it was expensive. But I think what my dad made me do that made me realize the value of this was for like a good 6 months, he made me email every single doctor who I could find, okay, like their emails, to basically ask for support, financial support.
Oh.
Okay. I emailed like over 100, maybe 200 doctors,
Local doctors.
local doctors.
Okay.
Only 2 doctors replied, and only one doctor, who I still keep in touch to today, offered me something.
Right.
But my dad said, like, when that happened, I was so happy. Oh yeah, she offered me something. It wasn't much, but I was still so happy. He said, no, never mind. Now you reply to her and tell her to use that money for someone else who needs it more. And then he told me the whole point of this was for me to realize that it's hard to expect help from outside, and the value of money also.
Right.
You know how expensive this is.
Wow.
And that was a sobering reality for me because I really didn't know how hard it was. I was searching high and low for scholarships here and there, couldn't get any. But yeah, and I think what he left me with was, when you are in that position next time in the future, when you are a doctor and you have someone who comes to you, make sure you help them.
Has he always been this independent? When you boys were growing up, do you ever see him in a position where, or in a situation where he needed help, but he just simply refused to, trouble anyone else outside
Yeah.
the family?
Yeah, even now, right?
Do you have any stories to share?
Mm,
This it shows the character of,
Yeah.
of your father. Know that he, a man solves his own problem. That's what it's all about.
I wouldn't say that he's, he doesn't want anyone to help him. He just wants to do things by himself. He wants to be independent, and he likes the challenge factor. He likes to challenge himself. So we have a water feature in our house, and many years ago, my father used to do everything by himself. He used to clean it. He used to put water, fix it, and everything. Now that I've grown up and he's not able to do it anymore, I do it, but I can't do it by myself. I need some help. So sometimes I ask my friends to help out, and then my father will be sitting there. He'll be giving us instructions, and we'll be struggling. It's so heavy. It is. Whoa, I couldn't believe it. And then
And he used to do it himself.
yeah, he not only said that he did it himself, he used to brag. He used to brag that he did it himself. He used to brag. He said,
Okay.
many years ago I used to do this by myself. I used to do so many things by myself. But all in good fun. He was independent. So now that he cannot do some of the things, he tries to do other things. He tries to be more independent, but certain things he knows his limit. He knows that he can't do it. He'll say, okay, never mind. For my well-being, for my own safety, let me, ask me or my brother lah.
Wow. I mean, as a father, I myself as a father, we tend to be over compensating in certain things, you know. Your dad, how far did he go when in terms of education? Did he is he a graduate or is he?
He had a diploma. He went up to a diploma, but I think it was in design, something along the lines of design.
But he did that later.
No,
No,
yeah,
from school
from
all
school
the
time,
way.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So with that educational background and qualification and all that, he managed the family, and he was independent as far as you could remember lah. Financially, you know, and also how he raised his children and all that. No, so he did not get any help from anybody and all that, and he wants to do it himself, right? Okay, now the question that I want to ask is this: how did he bring you up, you know, in terms of the worldly matters and the akhirah, you know, the religious part of it? You know, like you boys look like, you know, you never miss your prayers, right? I mean, it's a very the discipline which is not easy to obtain in my experience lah.
Yeah.
So how did he make sure, you know, like even when he was in the gurney and they're going to transfer him to the ambulance, you know, that the three things that he said: don't miss your prayer, you know, study hard, and take care of your family. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is something which, you know, that he holds very strongly and dearly. So how did he do it? Impart this to you as you were growing up. Can you remember?
He
Did he send you for
first-
classes?
Yeah, but I just want to touch on one point.
Okay.
We are not religious. We just try our best to follow the sunnah and try our best to be a good Muslim. My father used to tell me that when people ask you, as I was growing up, what do you want to be when you grow up? Tell them, and he knows it. See, tell them that. Don't tell them, you know, what exactly you want to be. Just tell them you want to be a good Muslim. And I remember I told one of our family friends. He came over to the house. He asked me. He said, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And I said, "Oh, I want to be a good Muslim." I didn't think much of it then, but now that I think of it, and I remember his reaction. He was shocked. He said, "Wow." He just went, "Wow." You know, he didn't expect that. Most kids, they'll tell you, "Oh, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a nurse. I want to be this and that." So many things. But I listened to my father. I said, "I want to be a good Muslim," and he was shocked. So now I understand it. And growing up, he made us go for. He got an ustad to come over and teach us Quran, teach us how to pray salah. During Ramadan time, on certain days that we couldn't go to the mosque for Tarawih, he will have, at that point in time, he'll have my brother lead the salah, he'll have me lead witr. So Tarawih, witr. And then now as I got older and my brother went to Australia, I started leading everything. And when he's back, or if he's back during that Ramadan period, he'll also take over. So we share the responsibility now. He will remind us to pray. He'll, you know, when we are sitting down watching TV, he'll say, "Have you prayed? Have you done this? Have you done that?" And say yes. For Jum'ah, he likes to leave early. He loves Yusof Ishaq, Masjid Yusof Ishaq. It's at Woodlands. He loves going to the 4th floor. he has a friend over there who is a mosque volunteer, so he loves going to the 4th floor. Even though the 2nd, 3rd floor it might be, you know, partially empty, he'll always go to the 4th floor. So I'll follow him up there. And
What's the reason?
he likes the empty space,
Right.
and his friend is over there. So
Okay.
you know, they have small talk. You know,
Yeah.
ask each other how they're doing. I wouldn't say that, you know, we are religious religious. We fulfill our prayers.
They're practicing Muslim.
Yeah, we practice. We try our best. Of course, there are times where we slip. Of course we will slip. We are human beings. We are not perfect. But he has always emphasized on when you slip, that's when you seek forgiveness from your Creator and you move on. In terms of, that's the spiritual side. In terms of our mannerisms and everything, it also depended a lot on your Islam.
Right.
He always used to say, in doubt, follow the messenger. He always used to say that, follow the messenger, follow the sunnah.
From the Sunnah.
And he reflected the quality of how a man should be in a family. He reflected that quite well. And his mannerisms were on point. He guided us. Everything, he always tied it back to Islam. It's not a case of Islam is separate and then, your worldly life is separate. It was a case of they are tied. Islam is not just about prayer. He always used to say this, Islam is not just about prayer. It's not just about doing your zakat or, going for Hajj, that kind of thing, or fasting during the month of Ramadan. It's not just that. It's also about how you communicate, how you interact with people, whether or not are you respectful. He used to say that people will, people who are non-Muslim, they are not going to read the Quran and they are not going to say, oh, Islam is a perfect religion, it's a good religion. They are going to look at you. They are going to look you and tell whether or not a Muslim and Islam is the right religion for us or not. So he used to say that when you leave your homes, you are not just representing yourself, you are also representing your upbringing, you are also representing Islam.
Yes.
And it stuck with me, it stuck with him. And now when we go out, we try our best to make sure that, we are on our best behavior, we are reflecting that morals quite well.
Wow. That's very, very profound. How did he get so smart? I mean, I'm a father too. There's no guidebook, I mean, I didn't see it from that perspective, Now that you have shared, I reflected upon it, and that's an intelligent way of teaching, or rather, sharing what Islam is all about to your children. I think that's a very, very smart thing. Do you know why he made you lead the Tarawih and the Witr and all that? I mean,
I think he wanted us to get that experience, the confidence. When he was leading and I was a child, I used to look up to him because he recited very well.
Okay.
Very, very well.
Thanks.
I take it back. No, but seriously, he recited quite well. So I used to look up to him and think, wow, nice. When I grow older, I also want to be like him. So I remember when it was my time to start leading, I made a lot of mistakes. There were times where I prayed 3 rak'ah instead of 2, 1 rak'ah instead of 2. And it wasn't a case of he wanted me to be perfect. He just wanted me to, get that confidence and start leading. That's how a family man should be. You take charge, you lead your family. I think it was also a case of he wanted to see whether or not I am praying correctly.
Right.
Because he has work, I have school, so we are not always free during the prayer time. So I'll complete my prayer by myself, he'll complete his prayer by himself. So he sort of also wanted to see maybe I'm making a mistake. So it wasn't a test. It was more of he was guiding me in his own way.
Right.
Yeah.
So he uses different methodologies, yeah?
I see it from a different perspective.
Yeah, okay. Share it.
I think he always says this phrase, being the man of the house, or it's your turn to be the man of the house.
Right.
One day you will be the man of the house, along those lines. I think it's about leadership. And he wanted to emphasize prayer as part of leadership, be it leading a family and literally everything you do in your life.
Right.
So that was it. It was solely for you to understand the value, the importance of leading.
Right.
And what better way to do it than leading Salah?
True.
Yeah.
You may not understand it then,
Yeah.
but through time you realize that, oh, okay, this is what he was actually doing, right?
Yeah.
That's why I said smart man. I mean, he already see it, ahead of
Yeah.
you guys. Wonderful. Now we have to share some stories here about your father after he had his stroke, and he insisted on doing his Hajj. Or is it Umrah first and then Hajj? Umrah first, right? Or Umrah first. Okay. Who wants to share that story?
Umrah.
Huh? Yeah. Oh, did you do the Umrah
Yeah,
with him?
yeah,
Okay.
I came
Then
back.
you can share the story.
Oh, that Umrah was. I think that it was that Umrah that hit me that my dad would never be the same again. Because this whole time I was overseas, right? So I didn't know the extent of how it was. I just saw videos. And I always thought there was a chance of full recovery. Even though that is, I know from my knowledge that is never possible, it was still a hope that I, clinged on to. But Umrah was when I really saw it. Like, my dad, the independence that he once had to do everything by himself, it wasn't there anymore. He needed support. At first, when he told me he was going Umrah, we were going Umrah, I was like, huh? Sure or not?
That was like how long after the stroke?
How long was it?
He had a stroke on the 31st of May. We went in December, so almost about 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Almost 6 months.
Yeah. It was
He has
very
not even
recent.
fully recovered from that, right?
He was
still
went
doing
with
rehab.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he went with a walking stick also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, are you sure? Like, what's going on? And I was worried. I was thinking, why all of a sudden you want to go for Umrah? Like, it's usually when people are older and, they anticipate something happening. And I think that was part of it. I don't know. I never asked my dad, but I think that was part of it. He wanted to fulfill obligations, But yeah, that Umrah was very emotional. That whole trip was very emotional. Like, it was December, right?
Yeah, December.
You can imagine the crowd was teruk. It was so bad. Then like my brother was saying just now about the pushing and the shoving and all that. We learned a lot of things then, but the biggest thing was this is all we've got, the four of us. And we just have to stick together. I think Umrah showed us that. But then going on to your next one was Hajj. And that was the next year. That one I was lucky, like, huh? Both of you alone?
The following year.
Following year, right?
Immediately
The next year,
yeah.
next year. Wow.
I couldn't believe it. Who am I to say no, right? Because you only get the invitation every 10 years? Or they had to wait for how long?
Oh, you have to
many
wait for
years,
a very,
right?
very long time, yeah.
And my dad was insistent.
That was his first time, right?
First Hajj.
First Hajj, right?
Yeah. I don't know how they did it. It's a miracle. It's really a miracle how my mom literally had to carry my dad's suitcases, all of that, jaga him the whole time. Yeah, that was. I'm glad he did it though. He's come back with this renewed glow to him. I cannot put it in words. But me and my brother know from what we know of our dad before and after Hajj, it's a different sort of determination and spirit that you see. Yeah. Yeah.
So 31st May 2022, he had a stroke. December 2022, he went for Umrah with the entire family, the four of you. And what was it? June? June 2023, he went for Hajj.
Yeah, June.
Correct. Okay.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. What do you have to say about his resolve and resilience?
Strong man, strong. Nobody else can have this.
Where do you think he got it from? I mean, of course,
Yeah.
it's from Allah, but what made him so determined to do it?
I think it's
Did he feel that he may not get an opportunity or do you think he just wants to push himself and see how far he can go?
I think he was telling me that Moise told, because they had 2 other opportunities to go for Hajj,
Okay.
but they declined it because first one, I think I was having my PSLE, then
Oh.
he was in NS, so that was the second time. Then the third
Too
time,
young, yeah,
they said that if you don't go now, you'll be asked to join the back of the queue.
Right.
So if they didn't go now, they'll have to go when they are 70, and
Yeah.
who
It's
knows,
even
maybe
worse,
the
yeah.
condition will be worse.
Yeah.
So he said that it's now or never.
Mm.
He said, let's go. So they went. And like my brother said, of course, during Umrah time already we were very worried. We were the ones helping with the bags. We were the ones helping out, making sure that he doesn't fall.
Yeah.
And there were so many times, even though we were there, we stood on his left, he stood on his right, mother stood behind.
Really, it was like a barrier we formed around my dad. Then when we were doing tawaf, I was in front holding the foldable chair. I hold like a gun like that, like a battering ram. Just walk through everyone with it. Yeah, so that was how we survived with Umrah. But I don't know how they did it with Hajj.
And even then, my father, even in that protection area, he was still getting pushed.
Yeah.
He still lost his balance so many times. So can you imagine with Hajj, what would have happened?
I think
Allah's
probably
will.
Allah sent a couple of angels to
Yeah.
flank him lah. Yeah.
Really, it's a miracle.
I would like to believe that
Yeah.
story. Yeah. I mean,
Definitely.
he has when he wants it.
Yeah.